You're born in a world full of pirates, marines, sea monsters, and killer clowns. And from day one, the universe decides you're going to be the guy who punches a dragon in the face and declares war on the government with a smile. Yeah, welcome to the life of Monkey D. Luffy. Sounds awesome, right? Well, sit tight, because today we're diving into why it actually sucks to be born as Luffy. Sure, he's the future pirate king, but behind that goofy smile is a life full of trauma, chaos, and a lot of near-death experiences. Let's rewind. Luffy was born in the East Blue, but do you think he had loving parents raising him? Nope. His dad, Monkey D, Dragon, the most wanted man in the world. His mom, unknown. Probably off-screen paying child support in silence. So who raises baby Luffy? A mountain bandit named Dadan, who smokes like a chimney and yells like she's raising delinquent puppies. He also grows up with Ace and Sabo, who both try to kill him every other Tuesday. This man's childhood was basically Lord of the Flies, with more punching. They had to hunt for food, fight off animals, and build a treehouse gang. Oh, and did we mention Garp, his grandfather, who tried to raise him to be a marine by throwing him into the jungle and leaving him with wild beasts like, "Good luck, kid, no playgrounds, just PTSD." Luffy's journey into chaos continues when he eats the Gomu Gomu no Mi. You know, that devil fruit that makes you rubber, but also drowns you if you touch water. He was like 7 and thought it was dessert. One bite later, boom. Congratulations, you're now allergic to swimming in a world made up of 90% ocean. It's like being born in New York, but being banned from pizza. Worse, his powers didn't come with a manual. He had to figure out how to fight like a balloon animal having a seizure. Then comes Shanks, the cool pirate uncle who teaches him how awesome the sea is and then leaves. But not before Luffy almost gets eaten by a sea monster and Shanks loses his arm, saving him. Luffy, I want to be king of the pirates. Shanks hands him a hat and emotional trauma. Good luck, kid. Boom. Abandonment issues unlocked. He spends the next decade stretching his face in a mirror and getting punched by forest animals, preparing to be a pirate with zero plan. When Luffy finally sets sail, he doesn't have a crew, a ship, or navigation skills. He just leaves on a barrel, literally. Over time, he builds a crew. But instead of recruiting normal people, he collects a swordsman who gets lost in straight lines, a navigator who robs him, a chef who kicks people more than he cooks, a compulsive liar with a nose longer than his dreams. And yet somehow it works, kind of. If working means constant life-threatening danger, emotional breakdowns, and never having enough money for food, let's talk about the suffering. Alabasta, Luffy gets beat up, dehydrated, and nearly dies fighting a sand logia named Crocodile. Eni's lobby declares war on the world government by burning their flag just for Robin. Mad respect. But also, who does that? Marineford, watch your brother die in front of you after nearly dying to save him. Yup, emotional damage? Check. He's been poisoned, frozen, electrocuted, inflated like a balloon, impaled by spikes, and body slammed by dinosaurs. And every time he wins, it's with pure rage, plot armor, and a smile like, this is fine. Also, he still can't swim. He's literally the future pirate king who can't swim. Let that sink in. The world government hates Luffy. Not just wanted criminal hate, like erase his name from history hate. He punched a celestial dragon. He broke into their prison. He helped break out the most dangerous criminals alive. He casually declared war and walked away like it was Taco Tuesday. He also made enemies out of Big Mom, tried to eat his soul, Kaido, literally unkillable dragon man, Blackbeard, the Joker if he had no skincare routine. And despite all this, Luffy's just vibing, smiling like an idiot, throwing hands like it's recess, and eating everything in sight. So yeah, being Monkey D. Luffy sounds awesome, until you realize he's just a chaos magnet with a rubber body and iron will. He's a wanted criminal with 3 brain cells and a dream, who survives through sheer willpower, loyal friends, and the fact that Oda refuses to let him die. Why does it suck to be born as Luffy? Because peace doesn't exist in his vocabulary, and every arc starts with a party and ends with trauma. But hey, at least he's smiling, right? Getting knocked down harder than the last. And then it happens. Luffy dies. Yes, heart stops, lights out. But instead of staying dead, his devil fruit awakens, revealing it's not the Gomu Gomu no Mi at all, but the mythical Zoan, human fruit, model Nika. Luffy comes back in Gear 5th, transforming into a cartoonish, physics-breaking god of freedom. He's literally laughing while fighting Kaido, turning the battlefield into a Looney Tunes episode, bouncing around, reshaping the ground, and using his enemies like jump ropes. It's epic, hilarious, hilarious and utterly exhausting, but it's the only way he finally takes Kaido down. Through it all, Luffy has been poisoned, frozen, electrocuted, crushed, stabbed, drowned, inflated like a balloon, and set on fire. And don't forget, he still can't swim. Imagine being the pirate king who drowns in a kiddie pool. The world government, they absolutely hate this man. And not just in a wanted poster way, in a burn his name from history way. Why? Oh, just because he punched a celestial dragon, freed hundreds of prisoners from Impel Down, and helped start revolutions in multiple countries. For fun. Enemies, he's got plenty. Blackbeard, the backstabbing troll who stole Whitebeard's power. Big Mom, who tried to eat his soul. Kaido, who wanted him dead just for existing. And let's not even talk about Buggy the Clown somehow becoming a Yonko while Luffy's doing all the real work. And the worst part, peace isn't an option for Luffy. Every arc starts with a party and ends with emotional trauma, hospital stays, and new bounty posters. His idea of a vacation is fighting a sea god while half-conscious. So, yeah, being Monkey D. Luffy sounds cool until you realize he's basically an unkillable rubber crash test dummy with an endless supply of bad luck and stubbornness. Why does it suck to be him? Because in Luffy's world, there's no such thing as taking it easy. Every meal is your last meal. Every enemy is your deadliest enemy. And every victory comes with enough injuries to keep a doctor employed for life. But hey, at least he's smiling, right?